We'd like to thank Chefstemp for sponsoring this video. Hey, today I'm going to make some super thick chops and show you 3 tips to keep them juicy every time. Just look at these beautiful chops. They're 1 3/4 inches thick. I suggest using thicker chops when smoking and save those thin ones for when you want to fry some up. And the reason is the internal temperature is much easier to control on that thick chop. And I've got something really special planned for these. We're going to season these chops with a coffee rub, then smoke them on some white oak planks that were used to make Kentucky bourbon, and then for the finish, a maple syrup and bourbon glaze. To be legal Kentucky bourbon, you have to age the bourbon in new white oak barrels. And I've got some oak planks that were used to age Knob Creek bourbon almost 10 years in white oak barrels. To keep the chops juicy, start the night before with a brine of 2 quarts water, 1/2 cup salt, and 1/2 cup sugar. Stir well, add the chops, and place in the fridge overnight. Brining in a water and salt mixture alters the protein's molecular structure and allows the cells to retain more moisture. So these brined in the refrigerator overnight for about 15 hours. Now just put them here on this plate. And what I like to do is just take some paper towels and wipe the outside dry. And the reason is, right, if I didn't get all the salt dissolved properly, then there could be some salt laying around the outside edge. Some people don't do this at all. I guess it's your choice. Doesn't take much. And these chops are going to need a rub that pairs perfectly with this bourbon and maple syrup. So let's put one together. 1 teaspoon ground coffee, 1 teaspoon chipotle chili powder. Now I've got 1 teaspoon brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon cumin, 1/4 teaspoon dried garlic, 1/4 teaspoon each salt, black pepper. We're just going to put the lid on it, give it a shake, give it a good shake. There's our rub. So coffee's how we're starting this day. We're going to end it with some bourbon. Let's get this grill going. I'm using the Kamado grill today. You can see I've got the plate setter in. I've got a nice bed of coals underneath that. If you're using a pellet grill, then you'll just want to move this food away from the fire cup when we're cooking. I'm going to get the lid down. We're going to bring this on up to 350, 375. Now we're just going to take that rub we made with the coffee, sprinkle up all sides. Make sure you get the ends. You know, all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. By law, bourbon has to be made with a 51% or more corn mash bill. You can see my grill's right up here around 350. And I've had my plank soaking for about 4 hours. And we're going to put this plank on the grill until it starts to get a little smoke coming off of it. And then just in case there's anything on the outside of this that I can't see, any nastiness, it'll get killed from the heat. We need a special sauce. So I've got 1/2 cup of that Knob Creek bourbon, 2 teaspoons apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons Worcestershire, 1/2 cup of that bourbon barrel maple syrup. Last thing I got here, I'm almost out. That's about, I would say, teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of ginger paste. We'll just mix it up a little bit. We're going to heat it. It'll all get blended in here in just a minute or so. It's been 6 or 7 minutes. I can hear this board popping. You can see it's darkening up there just a little bit. So now what we're going to do is place our chops on here. And that board, look at that, just barely fits, but they fit. And then what we're going to do is get that sauce on here. Let's get the lid down. And the third tip to make sure you have juicy pork chops, watch the temperature, watch it closely so that you don't overcook them. What I'm using today is this Chefstemp X10. It's got this 270 degree rotatable probe. Let's check the temp. You can see it's about 108. Now they say it reads in 1 second. I can darn sure say that it reads pretty fast. Hey, let's give one of these away. The folks at Chefstemp sent me the same X10 that I'm using here today. I'm going to give one away. All you've got to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment. 7 days from when this video was published, I'll do a new video. I'll announce the winner. You got to watch that video and you've got to contact me. You'll see the instructions down below on what to do, and I'll ship this out to you. Hey, it's been 5 more minutes. Look at that. 127, 128, even 129 on that one. This one's about 113. So the grill may be running a little hot in the back. What I'm going to do is turn these guys. Okay, that should work, I hope. Get my chop back on there. Now you can see my sauce is thickened up. So we're going to remove it from the grill. And I'm going to glaze these guys. Just a little light glaze. That bourbon and molasses. And if I didn't mention it, it was only 5 more minutes, so total of 20 minutes. I'm going to cook these guys maybe 5 more. Check the temp. I want to pull them when they're around 135. Let's get our lid back down. Keep this cook going. Okay, let's check the temp. Right around 132 you can see. Let's check this one. I don't know if you can see that. 140. I'm going to get these guys off here. Don't want them to get too overcooked on me. You can see our temp is right around 146. Government says 145 is safe. 145 is medium to medium rare. 147, I think that's close enough. Let's cut these and give them a try. Tender, that's for sure. Can you see that juice? You don't have to worry about that pork chop being dry at all. You can see it here in this one. Hope the light is not. See that juice? Got a little bit of pink to them. But I hope you can see that juice in the pork chop. They are so moist. My absolute favorite part of making these videos right now, taste test. This piece here is calling my name. Just look how easy it cuts. Here we go. That's melt in your mouth right there. Melt in your mouth. I get a very, very mild smoke from that oak plank. I get just a hint right there at the very, very end of that chipotle. And I've had people comment on some of my videos, oh, I don't like coffee on food. That's fine if you don't. But I just want to be clear. I don't taste coffee, and I use coffee rub a lot. What coffee does is just kind of, if you don't use too much, of course, it just kind of gives a richness. That's the best way I can describe it. It is so tender. It is so juicy. That's all it takes, right? For juicy pork chops. Choose big ones, brine them, and then keep a close eye on that temperature. Hey, thanks so much for watching. These might be some of the best pork chops I've ever made.